footrest, this is your release. Just like we did when we did transfers. Just
Make
take
sure
them
you
off.
don't use the one wheelchair that's a bitch to do that with, because there's one of them that it's very, very difficult.
On
to
the
do
armrest,
with.
yeah. So,
In the armrest.
there's all legs too. Okay, your armrest. This is probably the chair. Oh yeah, this is the one that's hard. For the sake of the video. Okay, neither one's be pushing these little buttons and you're pulling it out. Okay? You need that more than that? That's taking those off. Now. Adjusting the foot plate position. Take this off again. See this little black thing? Normally it's down like this, locked into place. To change it, you're gonna lift this up. So the buttons here, you push these buttons.
You can do it. Come on, you can
This
do
one's
it.
tight. See, you get older and your muscles aren't as strong as they used to be.
Don't blame it on age.
Yeah, I'm not old, I'm old yet. I got a couple good years left.
Those kind of things never work anyways.
I
Pushing
know.
a thing and moving it.
I always hated that with the crutches.
Sometimes when these are hard, I'll take a screwdriver or something and push it in for me, because it won't push in far enough. At any rate, then you adjust it up this way, down this way, then you relock this. There are some wheelchairs that are gonna have bolts here, you're gonna have to use your tools to adjust it up and down, it doesn't have these little lock things on it. Ours happen to have them. Real world, not so much. Okay, to adjust the frame, some chairs can be made more narrow. This is your axle. Right here, there's a bolt. You're gonna hold on one side with your pliers, the other side you're gonna unscrew, loosen this bolt. It can come up, some of them can extend lower by changing that, but it's right in here at this bolt where you change those. That's also where you hang your bags for your catheters.
So we have to do the bolt. We have to do it.
Yeah, some of them will lower that way, they can stretch out farther, some can't.
Now, for the practical, are you gonna make us do that,
No, you're
or
gonna
are you?
demonstrate it, you're not gonna do it.
We're
Because
just
the other
As
gonna-
long
thing
as we
is the
know
brake.
where to do it. what
And we
to do.
explain to you
Yeah,
how
and
to
the
do
brakes are
it.
the other things. On your brake, you're not gonna really take them off. When it gets really loose and it's slipping, the brake might have to be moved backwards. If it's too tight to lock it completely, it might have to go forwards. Right here is your bolt. You're not in your bolt. You're gonna loosen it there. You're gonna take your mallet. This is your mallet, by the way. Once you loosen it, you're gonna give it a bang or two. You might have this on the side to help loosen it up so you can move it back, then you're gonna retighten it. There's also, you know what this is, WD-40, you can use this too, helps things move. So that's how you do the brake. You're not gonna actually do it, you're gonna demonstrate it. You're gonna show the tools and demonstrate it.
So just demonstrate that we use the mallet and the WD-40.
Yes,
Okay.
you're gonna be IDing all these things. Okay, now, you can take your foot plates off. This is how you fold up the chair to transport it. As I said yesterday, you never pick it up by the wheels unless you want it spinning around on you and smacking you in the face. You're gonna pick it up by your frame. You can go here, in here, or here if you have the footrests off.
If you're putting it in the car, you have to take it up the footrest off.
Yeah, you wanna take the footrests off in the car. I just wasn't gonna waste my time doing that right now, but take those off. To open it back up, you're gonna push down here, you wanna make sure that seat locks into place, because you don't wanna loosen the patient at the moment. Might be more than scary. Okay, that's how you break down your wheelchair and take it apart. Just remember, never lift it by the wheels. I learned that the hard way, that's why I'm telling you guys.
How do you adjust the foot plate position? Not length, but
Okay, the
position.
position, these, you can only go up or down. Many of them have the foot plate that turns. You'll have a patient that has a foot like this or something. You'll take it, it has a bolt, where you'll loosen it and adjust it this way, then tighten it. These you can't do, you're stuck with what you've got. You might have to do an adaptation or something. They make a whole lot of different things. You'll see in nursing homes, they have things that go, we might even have it here, that crosses in the back of the footrest, so there's no room between them for the bike to fall through. There are things that strap the feet onto the, so there's a lot of different ways you can do things, but you may not have all those things available. The last thing you're gonna do, and this was totally unsafe, what I just did, don't let your patient do this, make sure the brakes are locked. You're gonna instruct them on how to go forward, backwards, and to turn, right, left. You want to instruct them in large movements when they're moving the wheelchair. If they have the ability, it's much easier, less energy, and you go better. If you're doing little movements like this, it takes a lot more energy, it's a lot harder, and you're not getting anywhere fast. So if they don't have the capability to go way back, they'll have to do that. There's also gloves you can use without the fingers in them. Much cheaper to buy at Walmart or a bike store than it is in a medical store. It's about $10 difference. So, make sure they lock their brakes.
So are we, as the therapist, going to be sitting in the chair and showing them and verbalizing how to do it? Or are they gonna, is the patient gonna be in the chair
Patient in the chair.
and we're verbalizing, you hold
Yes.
the left wheel stationary and turn the right wheel and that makes, okay, all right.
Okay. If you have left-right deficit like I do, that's the left, the L.
Story of my life.
Well, when
Always.
you're sitting there talking to the patient,
It's opposite.
is
if you're
everything's
facing them.
opposite, so you're gonna have to talk opposite.
I found that trying to get James shoes and socks on when he's sitting across from the weights.
Yeah. So, all right, the tools you're gonna have to ID. Your mallet,
Mallet. Mallet.
line on the table.
WD-40.
This is a wire cutter.
Wire cutter.
You're not gonna use it on this wheelchair, but if you have one that has the bike type brakes, that has the wires on, that might need adjusted, you'd use this for that.
Wire cutter. Wrench.
Wrench, and that would be a crescent considered.
Crescent
And
wrench.
you'll find that every one of these is, the centimeters and stuff, so we don't work on our wheelchairs, really. We don't have any that actually work. This is a wheelchair brake extension.
Wheelchair
One arm
brake
person, a person
extension.
with a flaccid arm, in order for them to lock both brakes with the working arm, it's higher they can get to it. Or a person that doesn't have a lot of reach.
Is that universal, good on any wheelchair?
But,
Is that universal, good for any wheelchair, or specific
uh,
brands?
specific, this, you have to pull off the little knobs that are on there. I don't know how well these pull off, and this should slip in there, there should be a groove. They don't. Yeah, and you use your tool to get those off there.
Oh, wait, yes, they do.
She got it.
Here, wanna flip that on there and show them? Now, I feel that your brakes should have a bright color on them, because they're so hard to find. And that's a lot easier to open and close than that one.
So that's a wheelchair extender, brake extender.
Brake extender, yes.
Wheelchair.
And I think you should either have a bright red or a bright yellow on those brakes, so people can find their brakes to lock them. If you can't find the brakes because your vision, everything looks the same, you're not gonna have a very good job doing your brakes.
Well, if you have color. No.
This is,
Screwdriver. Mini screwdriver.
what kind?
It's Phillips.
Phillips. You want the small one like this to fit into some of these areas under the chair. That's why you have the tiny one.
Wrench. Wire cutters.
Yeah, you want the-
Pliers.
This class is awesome. All the women here know these tools. You guys all use tools. I like this.
Screwdriver.
Flathead.
Flathead. We
You
don't
don't
have
know
it.
the difference
This has a
between
little
the
handle it
two.
goes into that will put it into. This is a nice one because you're flipping around.
It's both a screwdriver, flathead, and a Phillips. Allen wrenches.
Allen wrenches.
I don't feel comfortable
And I love the things you get that come with one because they're all different sizes. Okay, that's, there it is, take this. That's right in here. I happen to have a power one at home, I love it, flips around, I can do either way. So, and then there's the tape measures. You have to-
Tape measures.
Okay, that's the practical. Now, is that the easiest practical you guys have had?
Should be.
Yes,
Yeah. So,
until we
and the fact
actually
that you
do.
guys know tools, it's much easier because you know the tool and remember it. All right,